Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about how to stop making excuses. If you're new here, I am Jessica McLean. I'm a speaker and mindset mentor for women building million-dollar businesses. I help you master your mindset and your time management to grow your business exponentially without self-sabotage or burnout. All right, let's dive right in to today's topic. So I was actually talking with a client of mine and she asked me about this. How do you stop making excuses when you know that you are a woman who is called to wealth? You know that you're a woman who's called to massive impact, when you know that you're a woman who is capable of great things and who has already accomplished some great things, and that you have just barely scratched the surface of your potential. But even though you know who the heck you are and you know what you're capable of and you know what you want and you know what you need to do to get there, those moments where you don't feel like it, those moments where, right, you're like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, it's 5 and my alarm just went off, but I don't feel like getting up right now. Or, oh, I told myself I was gonna go to the gym because I know that health is wealth, but I just really don't feel like it right now. Or I know that I need to send that email or make that phone call or do that thing on my to-do list that I've been putting off, but I just don't wanna, right? Those moments where you don't want to, or those moments where it feels like, sometimes it's not even that you don't want to, but maybe it feels like you don't have time, or it feels like you don't have the energy, or it feels like something else is more pressing and you need to do that thing first, or maybe it feels like you're just not ready yet, so you need to get ready. Maybe it's like a project that you wanna launch, or even your next business that you wanna launch, but it feels like, oh no, I gotta like go learn something else first, right? So you keep making excuses for why you haven't done it yet, and why you're not there yet, and why you're not executing, and why you didn't do it, and why you didn't get up instead of hitting the snooze button, or whatever it is, right? So how do you stop making excuses and just freaking do it, right? How do you just do the thing? So the first way to stop making excuses, because this is something that I really had a hard time with back in 2021 and before, but last year, y'all, I became a whole new person. It was incredible. So I'll share with you just a little bit about that and how I was able to transform into a woman who does what she says she's going to do, even when she doesn't feel like it. And so the first thing really that I did was decide who I was going to be. Decide who I was going to be and what that woman was like. So when you think about where you want to go, right? Do you want to be an international speaker and a best-selling author, right? Do you want to be, on the Oprah show? Like, do you, well, I suppose she doesn't have like a show, right? But like, do you want to be interviewed by Oprah? Like, do you want to win a Nobel Prize? Like, what is it that you want to do, right? Do you want to make, $1 billion and buy a city? Like, what do you want to do? What's your goal? Where do you see yourself, right? Do you want to own multiple businesses, and how many businesses do you want to own? Do you want to buy your own private island? Do you want your own private jet? Like, what is it that you want to do, right? What's that version of yourself that you see on the inside when you look into your future, right? What is that version of you like? What kind of woman is she? Not just what does she have, not just what does she do, but what kind of woman is she? Is she a woman who hits the snooze button 5 times? Or is she a woman who says, I don't feel like it, but I'm gonna get up, right? In my case, she's a woman who builds in snooze time and then she gets up. Because you know what? I like to be kind and gentle with myself. So I'm like, if I know that when my alarm comes on, I'm not gonna want to get up, then I just build in an extra, 5 minutes or so to my morning schedule. And I'm like, okay, 5 o'clock, wake up. 5:05, get up, right? And I give myself some time to just be like, oh, okay, God, let's start this day, right? So, so is she a woman who gives herself grace and also holds herself accountable? What kind of woman is she? When I decided that I was going to be a committed woman, when I decided that I was going to be a disciplined, committed, consistent woman, that made all my excuses obsolete. Because when I didn't feel like it, I would ask myself, what would a disciplined, committed, consistent woman do in this moment? She would do what I told myself I was gonna do. So if I told myself I was gonna work out every day for 90 days straight, which is what I did, then when I didn't feel like it and I hadn't done my workout yet and it was already 8 p.m., guess what? I went to the gym I went to the gym. Why? Because I decided that I was going to be a disciplined, committed, consistent woman. And when I decided that, that was it. There were no excuses left within discipline, with commitment, within consistency, right? There's no room for excuses there. I said I was gonna work out every day for 90 days, and barring actually being physically unable to do it, I said I would, and therefore I did, right? And so it was from deciding who I was going to be, what that woman was like, that living in alignment with that woman was what eliminated my excuses, right? The second way to stop making excuses is to ask yourself, I love how my pastor used to say this. He used to say, ask yourself, will I enjoy the memory of this decision? Will I enjoy the memory of this decision? And one of the things that I used to ask myself was, do I want to look back on this day and say, this day was the day I quit on myself? Is that what I want to do? Do I want to look back on this day and say, on March 5th, 2022, I quit on myself? I was good up until then. Every single day up until then, I was disciplined, I was committed, and I was consistent. But on March 5th, I quit on myself. On March 5th, I didn't feel like it. And as a result, I broke my streak. I didn't follow through. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I fell off the wagon. That was the day I quit on myself. Do I want to look back on this day and have that be my story? Have that be my testimony? I do not. And so every day that I didn't feel like it, I would say to myself, do I really want to look back on this day and say, oh man, I worked out 45 days in a row, but on day 46, I didn't feel like it. And that was the day I quit on myself. No. And so guess what? I pushed and I pushed and I pushed till I got to 204. And then a horrible thing happened in my family. And that's when I decided that was when the interruption happened. But even now, I'm still working out. I just started a new program. It's a 100-day program. I'm on day 18. And guess what? I don't feel like working out right now. But when this live is over or when this video is over, I'm going to go do it. Okay? So, because that's the kind of woman that I've decided to be, right? The version of me that is traveling around the world, speaking to millions of people and writing New York Times bestselling books. That woman goes to the gym when she says she's gonna go to the gym, okay? So what kind of woman are you going to be? Living in alignment with that woman means making the decision that that version of you would make, regardless of how you feel. It also means that you give yourself whatever leeway is necessary to maintain your commitment. And here's what I mean by that. So for example, there were times when last year when I was telling myself, I'm committed to this, but I don't feel like it, right? There were times where I would tell myself, I don't want to, or I was supposed to work out at 8 o'clock this morning, but I didn't. And now it's 8 o'clock at night. I don't feel like it. Well, guess what? I did it anyway. If it was 11:45 p.m. and I still hadn't done it because I've been procrastinating all day and busy with other stuff, whatever, I still did it. And I said, you know what? I don't even care if this takes me past midnight. I don't care if I start at 11:45 and I'm not done until 12:15. I don't care. I am going to do this. And I did it. And it was that level of like bulldog determination that allowed me to make it to 204, because I didn't allow myself to say, well, the day is over. The day is over. I guess I'm done. No, I said, you know what? It is still today and I'm still going to freaking do it, And so where are the places where you're just giving up before you're actually at the finish line, right? Where are those moments where you're like, well, it's too late now, when it's really not too late, right? Where are those moments where you're like, I don't feel like working out today, but actually you could literally just do 10 burpees right now. You could literally just do 10 burpees right now, right? And so just thinking about that in terms of just every area of your life, right? Every area of your business, where are those places where you can say, you know what, I am committed. I am committed to this. And that actually brings me to my next point, which is being committed and not changing your decision or making a decision based on how you feel in the moment. So everything that we do, literally everything that we do, is driven by our feelings. 100% of our actions are driven by our feelings, all of them. We're either trying to feel something or we're trying not to feel something. And so sometimes what happens is we make a decision and then we let our feelings, a feeling we want to have or a feeling we don't want to have, interrupt, right, the process of living into that decision, right? That we let our feelings derail that decision. But what's really happening is we are choosing to take action from the wrong feeling, right? So there's the feeling that we're having in the moment, and then there's the feeling that we're going to have in the future. So if you think about what I said earlier about my pastor, when he said, am I going to enjoy the memory of this decision, right? Making decisions from how you want to feel in the future, right? How your future self is gonna wanna feel. That's the feeling that you take action from. That's what helps you stop making excuses, is when you take action from your future feeling, not your current feeling. So like, I might not feel like getting out of bed, going to the gym. I might not feel like writing that email. I might not feel like posting that video today. I might not feel like doing whatever it is that I need to get done. I might not feel like making that phone call. I might not feel like doing the thing that I know I need to do, right? But here's the thing. What is future Jessica going to look back on this moment and want to feel, right? What does future Jessica want to feel? Because here's the thing. If I do what I know I said I was going to do, and if I do what I know I need to do in order to get the results that I want, future Jessica is going to be really happy about that, right? She's going to be happy. She's going to feel great, right? But if I don't do it, future Jessica is going to be annoyed, right? I'm also potentially going to create a problem for future Jessica. And why would I treat her that way? That's so mean. Why would I create problems for future me when I could solve them right now and allow future me to have a problem-free moment in her life, right? Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing if I could just eliminate problems and make her life easier and more beautiful, right? So taking action from how I feel right now versus taking action from how I want to feel in the future is going to be the difference between making excuses and following through. So ask yourself, how do you want to feel, right? If you're gonna go to the gym, or if you're supposed to be going to the gym, ask yourself, how do you wanna feel an hour from now? Do you wanna feel energized, fit, in shape, happy, sexy, amazing, energized, full of life, and sweaty and awesome? Or do you want to feel like annoyed because you said you were going to go and you didn't? Or do you want to feel stressed out because your reason for not wanting to go is because you feel like you have too much work to do? And so you decided that you don't have enough time. And so now you've put this pressure in your head. So do you want to sit in the pressure and be like, oh my gosh, I have no time, I have no time, I have no time, right? Because if you believe you have no time, you will have no time. And also you will feel pressured and stressed all the time. So do you want to feel pressured and stressed and like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything for myself. I can't take care of myself. I just have to work and work and work and work and work. Or do you want to feel energized and awesome and possibly have a genius idea while you're on the treadmill? Right? How many genius ideas have you had when you weren't actually sitting at your desk? So many, right? So take action from how you want to feel, right? Take action from how you want future you, from how future you wants to feel, right? Take action from being loving and kind toward future you by not creating problems for her. Not creating unnecessary, totally avoidable problems for her, okay? So those are a couple of ways to avoid making excuses, or to stop making excuses, really. And of course there are more, but I don't want this video to go on for too long. So what I will say is this: if you are a woman who knows, that you are meant for great things, that you are a woman who is called to wealth, you are a woman who is called to massive impact, you're called to make millions and impact millions, you know that you have a massive purpose, God has put you here to do some incredible things, you know what you're capable of, and you know that it is so much more than what you have already accomplished. You know there's so much more in your future than what you've already done and then where you're at right now. And you are like, I know that if I were a woman who didn't make excuses, if I were a woman who mastered her time, if I were a woman who were organized and on top of her game, if I were a woman who were disciplined and committed and consistent on a whole nother level, I know that it would take my business, my bank account, maybe even my body to a whole new level. I know that it would take my purpose to a whole new level. I know that I would be able to accomplish so much more, and I would be so proud of myself. And also I'd be able to create peace because I wouldn't be overwhelmed and exhausted and feeling like I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. If you are that woman, I have an invitation for you, and that is to join me in the Time Boss Blueprint, which is a 12-week program where I am teaching you the 12-week system that I use to literally transform my body, my business, and my finances in 12 weeks, okay? It is literally the best system I have ever learned in my life, and it is simple and repeatable and can be layered on top of literally any goal you have. I'm teaching you the system, the practical, the nitty-gritty of it. I'm teaching you, I'm giving you all the details. I'm showing you all of my spreadsheets and my checklists and all of my assets and things that really helped me execute on the system. And of course, I'm gonna give you the mindset, right? The mindset tools that are gonna help you stay consistent and be the woman that you're called to be, and be that next level woman that gets next level results in your business and your finances. I have literally taught just pieces of this to my clients, and it has helped them literally become the most organized they've been, organized and caught up and on top of their work that they've been in 2 years. It has literally helped them. One of my clients last year made about $300,000, a little over $300,000 for the whole year. This year, she made that much in a single quarter. In quarter one, okay? So to collapse 12 months worth of income into 1 quarter just from doing part of this system, it is going to transform your life. So if you are like, Jessica, yes, please, I would love to transform my life and business. I would love to master my time. I would love to get organized and on top of my game. I am so ready to become the next level version of myself who is on top of things like a next level boss. The Time Boss Blueprint is for you. So I would love to have you join us in there. Go ahead and click the link in the description to send me a message, and I will send you the link to join. I would love to have you in if you are a woman entrepreneur who is ready to exponentially grow your business this year, 2023, because you value your time and you're not wasting another minute living below your potential. Go ahead and click the link in the description. Let's have a quick chat, and I'll send you the link to join. We're actually starting on July 27th. I'm going to start dropping bombs and gold nuggets into the program. So definitely do not wait, do not hesitate, because you want to be there for all the good stuff, okay? And of course, if you like this video, drop me a comment and let me know. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. The journey to the mountaintop is so much better when we rise together. Have a wealthy rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.